Before we begin, I have two quick questions I'd like to ask. Can you please raise your hands if you own or work for a company? And can you please raise your hands if you belong to the millennial or Z generations? Okay. So to those of you who raised your hands, I am part of the Gen Zer tribe. And just like the average Gen Zer, I don't own a company, I didn't found a company, I haven't even really lived long enough to have some profound piece of wisdom to share with you all today. To be honest, I graduated less than a year ago. I got confused the other day trying to figure out the size of a double bed. I have even gotten lost in a grocery store within the last week. I'm just a 23-year-old with the audacity to be standing up here, taking your time in the midst of some incredible speakers, simply because I saw an opportunity, and by default, I took it. But here we are, and I am standing up here today with the intention to share with you how the next generations are reshaping recruitment and the impact that it's going to have on your companies. You see, I came to Berlin to work for a recruitment company. And as a company, we have learned a lot about the wants and needs of our generations in business. And all this insight can be summarized into one simple statement: equity in the workplace. And I want to share how this is the only way any company will survive the chaos that is called Generation Z. Just so that we're on the same page, I did not say equality. I am going to take it one step further, because it is not just equality that is going to save us or allow us to build sustainable work environments. It is equity. You see, equality means that each individual or group of people are given the same resources and the same opportunities. Equity, on the other hand, recognizes that each person has different circumstances, and so allocates those resources and opportunities to reach the same outcome. And that is what we need in order to achieve what the UN describes as sustainable and inclusive economic growth. As recruiters, when building a team, it is our duty to understand the needs of a company and the needs of a candidate. And as we all know, having a strong team within a company is one of the most important factors for success. That idea has been around for ages. What hasn't been around for ages is the expectations regarding equity. So why does my generation care so much about equity? Why is it so important to us? Very simply put, we are tired. We are tired of discrimination. We are tired of inequality. We are tired of quality of life being a result of circumstance. And we are tired of having to look at jobs solely as something we have to do to pay rent. And because of this, we are determined to change the narrative. On a daily basis, I see firsthand that equity in the workplace has been chosen as one of these crucial starting points. And it is proving to be quite successful. To start with an example, my colleagues and I speak to candidates every single day. And in at least half of the calls that we make with the younger generations, we are asked about diversity, company culture, and why that company is a better place to work in terms of all things equitable. The younger generations factor in a company's commitment to equity when taking jobs. In short, what they are searching for is purpose over paycheck. The younger generations have also proven to stand by what they believe in. They are not afraid to leave their jobs if they do not agree with the company culture. Deloitte released a survey last year stating that 75% of all survey participants said that they would quit their jobs if their companies did not prioritize diversity and inclusion within the next 5 years. And if that's not enough, data from a Glassdoor survey states that 76% of all employees and job seekers say that equity is crucial when evaluating companies. Now, that 76% alone should be enough to convince you to implement equity into your organizations. But just in case, I have one more tiny little point to make, and that is that equity has proven to have a positive outcome on employee commitment and on profit. A study done by Impellium Group, another recruiting company, states that companies that have incorporated equity into their teams make better business decisions 87% of the time. Another insight from a joint university study tells us that companies that have prioritized equity within management positions have a productivity rate of 1.32 times more than companies that have failed to implement equity into management positions. Equity in upper and lower level management has proven to be a valuable asset to companies because it results in better, more complex approaches. For example, in senior management, this value gravitates towards flexibility and innovation when formulating strategy. And in lower management, this brings better problem-solving skills into the implementation of that strategy. Now, I'm no mathematician, but better business decisions 87% of the time and a higher productivity rate within a company, this could very potentially lead to better results and more profit. So if you're not going to implement equity into your company simply because it is the right thing to do, then why don't you implement equity for the sustainable future of your company? Simply put, equity plus workforce equals better results, more profit, and a goal that serves the short and long term. Before we finish up, I would like you to stop for a second and think about your goals, your team development, and your business direction. And most importantly, think about how the upcoming generations are going to identify with your company. Because in this era of recruitment, we need to take in more consideration of what the upcoming generations expect from us and need from us. Because believe it or not, these younger generations might just be onto something. Thank you.